Hello, hi, good afternoon all. Welcome to Way. My name is Sagal. This is my husband, Ermias. Welcome to his channel. We're just going to discuss briefly the difference that we found between Ethiopia and Kenya, as we both lived in both of those neighboring countries. And I guess he wanted me to head this video because I'm the foreigner in this, because he's Ethiopian from Ethiopia. What I've found, I'm not going to be very biased. I preferred living in Kenya more than I did visiting Ethiopia because it was very convenient for me to go shopping, to buy things in Nairobi than it was for me to walk around in Ethiopia. And everything in Kenya I found was more easily accessible, but that's just my opinion anyway. How did you find living in Kenya from Ethiopia?
Welcome, guys. I say hi for everyone. Kenya, I think, is a beautiful country, but it's better. I'm asking you because always home is home. Ethiopia is my home, so I'm going to say Ethiopia. But my wife is foreigner in both of the country, so it's better. I think so. You're talking.
I think like tourism, shopping, things like this, Kenya is better. Tourism in Ethiopia is great for if you want to visit religious sites, and they've got a beautiful museum in Addis Ababa where you can see, I guess, the history of the country as well as Lucy's there, like ancient history as well, like dinosaurs, everything is there. So that's wonderful. I haven't been to any museums in Nairobi, but I used to go off by myself when we were living there in Kenya, and just used to go shopping. Mr. Price was my favorite store ever. This is like a Primark in Kenya, in Africa. But
what do you think about when you see Kenyan food and the Ethiopian restaurant in Ethiopia and the Kenyan restaurants? When you are like for Ethiopian restaurants, always is better for us. But what do you think for like foreigner?
I think as a foreigner there's more foreign food in Kenya than there is. Actually, in Ethiopia, though, they have Pizza Hut, they have burgers, things like this. They have ice cream parlor. That's no difference. But for a foreigner visiting as a tourist, I think Kenya is more. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm insulting them. Like, say you go to a coffee shop, really, you guys have your traditional buna and stuff, where if I'm in Nairobi, then I would go to Java or Art Cafe and just have frozen coffees, have any way coffees, any sort of type of coffees. And I think as a tourist, I enjoyed being in Kenya more.
Last time when you drinking iced coffee, I don't know, maybe we have it, but when the first time I see just tea with the ice
in Java.
But for me, that is I don't like it. Disgusting.
Oh, I love it.
Even I tell her why you pay money.
Oh, I love it. And I have everything. Passion fruit flavor was my favorite. Passion fruit iced tea, my favorite. But I think as an Ethiopian, you grew up in Ethiopia as well. That's strange for me, but because I was in Kenya for a long time, when I went there and I found that they do ice drinks and stuff, and I thought, oh my God, who needs Starbucks? This is here. Because this is what I was used to. This is something I was used to here in London, and I found it there in Africa.
Tell me about tell me what
I keep
happened.
looking at you, but
Yeah, it's okay.
hi. Sorry. I keep looking at you, trying to make my point anyway.
Okay, I'm sitting in my bed.
This is our room, sorry. Today's video is in our room.
Yeah, we need to make it inside our room. So, yeah. What do you think in Kenya is getting more tourists more than Ethiopia? Ethiopia she's struggled to get 1 million tourists, but the opposite Kenya is getting around 3 million tourists. Why he chooses Kenya?
Because they know how to cater for tourists. I believe Kenya knows how to cater for tourists. There's always somewhere you can go and something you can see and stuff. But as I said, Ethiopia has a lot of historical sites, religious sites, and if you're that into that sort of tourism, please go there, pilgrimage there, and go see those sites. History is beautiful. They have marvelous, marvelous architecture. But when you go to Africa, I think a lot of people who come from abroad and stuff, they want to see animals. Whereas you don't have any animals. You can't see any wildlife really. If you want to go see, you can go bird watching and stuff. I actually met a couple when we were in Aksum, an English couple who were eating at the restaurant we were eating in, and they have the same book that I've got, but it's downstairs. East African birds. So there's a lot of bird tourism in Ethiopia. So if you're into that, please do go to Ethiopia because they have many, many birds. But if you want to see the top 5 animals, it's the top, what is it? Lion, buffalo, cheetah, I don't know, the big 5, then you need to go to Kenya because it's there.
Okay. When customer service, do you think just yes, okay, you can choose Kenya or Ethiopia? If you choose it from Kenya to Ethiopia customer service.
This is the thing, and maybe it's not everywhere, but this is what I've experienced in Ethiopia. In Kenya, I don't know how to word this. In Ethiopia, I found that I had a language barrier. And I could only communicate when I was communicating through him. Whereas in Kenya, I can just talk to someone and we understand each other, no problem. There's no restrictions there. So that's my opinion anyway. But I'm not saying this to all of Ethiopia. This is just my experience. I've just only been there for a little while. And I'm not saying this is always like that because I've come across many people who speak the English language and who are my friends now and stuff, which I don't need Ermias to translate for me. But I found that I had a language barrier while I was there in Ethiopia. I think that's the thing, it's the language and also that you guys, I guess, I want to say something, but I'm not going to say something, I'll leave it at that. But they're both beautiful countries and they're both great for tourism, but for different type of tourism. So with Kenya, animals, wildlife, all of that. With Ethiopia, bird watching and as well historical and religious sites. So that's the difference between the two, in my opinion. But even when we got married in Ethiopia, and I had a friend, my best friend even, who came, and then she left our wedding the day after our wedding and flew to Kenya to go to safari. Whereas if it was all in Ethiopia, she wouldn't have had to leave so early.
Do you think because Ethiopia is a big country and just you can't talk, okay. I know in Kenya you get Uber, you can go any place you go. Do you think without me you can go easily in Ethiopia?
No. Because I'll tell you why. Like in Kenya, they have road names and things like that, and I'm aware of this. If I want to go if I want to go from somewhere and I say, oh, okay, pick me up from Leilani Road, this house number, and then take me to, tell me Junction or something, Uber is easy, it's easily accessible. But when I was in Kenya, when I was in Ethiopia, I apologize, every single road is called, like we were in Bole Mikel, and everything is called Bole Mikel, Bole Mikel, Bole Mikel, and it's got, the only difference is a number. So it tells you from this number to this number, Bole Mikel, from this number to this number, Bole Mikel. Whereas in Kenya, there's road names. It's just like here.
Also the buildings,
everything, and you have all points of interest.
Yeah, even when in Kenya you order food, like you're living in an apartment or condominium,
they'll find you.
You just knock your door, you can easily come to the door and you can knock the door. What about internet?
No, forget it. You can't make that comparison. You're asking me, the internet in Nairobi is better, way better than the internet in Addis Ababa. Let me ask you something. Do you guys use satellite navigation?
We have it. We use it, but
do people get lost a lot?
Like you can compare what is the difference over in Ethiopia, you see it right.
No.
What's the
it
difference?
was really, really hard to order a taxi to pick you up. And then where were you living? Edmias, behind the airport? No. When he was living in Bulbula, we were like,
for 1 month.
And it's like, pick me up from Bulbula. Where?
You need to call them.
Yeah, you need to call them and you're like, okay, meet me by this shop. It's really, really difficult.
Yeah, the difference is
really, really difficult.
When you order Uber, it's coming the place you stand. You can say it like that. You can call it
Uber will come to your door.
Even you can stand in the road, you can come in Kenya. Exactly the place you can stand, you can come. But ride is good. There's a lot of change. But ride is in Ethiopia is like you need to call him and you need to tell him
direct them. Yeah.
Every house you don't have his own name.
Yeah.
You need to go out. Yeah. Okay. What do you like in Kenya and what do you hate in Kenya? What do you like in Ethiopia and what you don't like in Ethiopia?
Can I choose not to answer this question? There's nothing I dislike about Kenya. I love everything I love going shopping. I'm a shopping addict. So there's nowhere that I can't go and I won't find something. And also, there's even Toy Market, which is a massive second-hand market. So it's like going to these charity shops here. I like buying things new and I like buying things old. Fashion is recyclable anyway. But in Ethiopia, not so much. Ethiopia is for Ethiopians.
Ethiopia is for Ethiopians.
Yeah, that's it. Ethiopia is for Ethiopians. But something I do love in Ethiopia is Habesha 3000. So that's like I forgot what it's called. There's one even in Kenya. They do like traditional tribal dances from each tribe. I forgot what it's called, the Kenya one. Shit, it's gonna piss me off. They have that in Kenya. They have a massive one in Nairobi. But you guys have many of them, and like across, scattered everywhere, you'll find traditional houses. Yeah, not Masai Mara.
Okay. Same place to visit if you can, even you can say anything. Someone is going.
If you're going to Nairobi to Kenya, if you're going to the capital city, things that you need to go to are the Elephant Orphanage. the animal orphanage
What you get in
and
when you
giraffe center. If you go to the elephant orphanage, you get to see rescued elephants that their parents have died due to poaching, and they've adopted the children, the babies that were left there by themselves.
what it look like the area.
I don't know. It's really nice. They've got enough space to run around in mud. They love rolling in mud.
Yeah, we're going together. Elephant orphanage, elephant orphanage. Yeah, we're going together. What is my experience in Kenya is like the elephant is coming from the jungle, the city. Like he's coming around the city and he's coming like cows, like you can like cow, sheep or something. It's just the elephant is coming. He's friendly, very friendly. He's coming with the children. He's coming to around the city, and then he's coming to drink water. So what is the difference? He tell you about the elephant. He tell
Each
you,
individual baby,
yeah,
like
what is the name?
yeah,
If I have
they're very playful.
yeah,
They're very
what he
beautiful
like
animals.
is, what he need to eat. He just like like you hear it like king or something like you hear it one by one story about that.
And you can donate some money while you're there. The
Mhm.
giraffe center, you go there again. Um,
The
you
giraffe
get to
center also is different place.
yeah, you get to feed the giraffe. They give you
Yeah,
pellets and stuff, and they encourage you. Like the giraffe will walk to you, and then you give them a pellet, and they'll eat off from your hand, and even they'll encourage you to put a pellet in your mouth to get a giraffe kiss. But
yeah.
their tongues are like sandpaper. Literally, it's like oh no. So I was just feeding them, but they're such
You
beautiful.
get to know this
Yeah,
video.
yeah, they're such beautiful animals. They're worth you're worth it's worth visiting there to see the giraffe. Um, what
What
else
is
can you go back
place?
to?
The third one?
Um, the third one you can go to. I'm trying to think. Oh my God, go to Naivasha. That's like the countryside of the capital city. It's a bit away, but then if you drive there, there's also a safari park there. I think it's called the Hell's Gate. What a name to give it. But but it's so beautiful. Literally, you'll see giraffes and zebras and everything just walking around like
Mhm.
they're cats and dogs in London. But that's just even before you even reach the safari park. I had my aunt's best friend lived there. We went to visit her, and it was amazing. That's it.
Uh, okay. If someone is like to tell them three places, what about engagement place?
Oh no, I forgot. What is that building called? When we got engaged, he took me. I'm scared of heights. I have vertigo as well. He took me to the highest building. To me, it was like cheese Louise. And then we stood in a. I didn't like it. We stood on a helicopter pad. I think it's called KCC. What is it called? No, that's TV station.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what
like
it's called.
the long. I think so now. It's not a long.
It's not the tallest anymore,
Yeah, but
but it used to
you
be.
can get in the footage. You can get it in the money.
I don't know what it is, but if you climb up there, you can see the whole view of the city, which
Yeah,
is really nice if you weren't afraid of heights.
yeah.
I had to take my shoes off to go back down to the lower floor
Yeah,
because
you can take in drone nice photo, or you can take beautiful photos from that building.
it's
Yeah.
not called KCC. I don't think because I think that's a TV
Okay,
station.
if someone is going to Kenya, is going to Ethiopia, what do you need to see in Ethiopia?
Lalibela, Axum, um, well, Lalibela and Axum. There's two places we went to. If you go to Addis Ababa, please visit their museums. Their museums are amazing, amazing. They've got so much history in one place. Um, if you want to go away from the city, I had more fun leaving the city. We went to Axum. That's where you see, but that's where you see the pillars There's a lot of history there, and you get to see some old kings' tombs and stuff, and also Cleopatra's. Not Cleopatra, fuck that. No, Queen of Sheba. Jeez, Queen of Sheba's palace that recently archaeologists found.
Yeah, like even me, I'm Ethiopia, but even my mom's around. She's not far away. According to Joe, he's not far away. But when you go to Aksu, you see Aksu. And when you are thinking, you see in the TV, Aksu is so different. When you go to Aksu, it takes you like, you need to spend one day.
Yeah, it's really nice. For history-wise, it's really beautiful. They've got a lot of archaeologist sites there, and it's really nice to visit them and to hear the stories about the history. And this is another thing, like I grew up learning European history, but when you go there and you learn history about Africa, and especially East Africa, because we're both East African, and your eyes open. And since it's Black History Month, this is what I promote. Please visit Ethiopia if you want to learn anything about Black history in general, African history. They've got a lot of archaeologist sites. They've got a lot of museums you can visit and learn the history and stuff like that. But and also Lalibela. So King Lalibela didn't want his people to keep dying on their pilgrimage to Jerusalem. So he built Lalibela out of one stone, and it's like if you see it from the top, you'll just see a cross, and you just think how is this being done?
When you see Lalibela from the TV and you're going to Lalibela, when you go to Lalibela, you need to spend one day or 2 days to see everything. Lalibela is not only one church.
And there was that restaurant we went to with that lady.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but I'll find out the name. So this restaurant in Ethiopia was built by metal, I guess. I forgot what it's called, but it's so nice. And the owner is a Scottish lady. Imagine, out of all the people who could own that restaurant, it's a Scottish lady. Yeah. So it's interesting anyway. It's really beautiful, structured building. And you think, again, I was scared of heights, but we went there and you just see the mountains. And another place we went to while we were in Ethiopia, we went and stayed in lodges at the top of the Simeon Mountain. That's very, very peaceful.
Yeah, nice place, yeah. I forget the name, we call
we'll find out and we'll write everything that you need to know in the box underneath this video. Anyway, so that's that. Thank you so much for staying with us. Please do visit Kenya. Please do visit Ethiopia. They're both beautiful countries with a lot to see. But I'm repping Team Kenya today. So
okay, guys, the flag behind is from Mauritius.
Yeah. Oh, that's because we visited Mauritius.
Yeah. Mauritius, yeah. Like me, I visit Kenya, Eritrea, I'm born in Asmara, Sudan, South Sudan, in East Africa, like Uganda, but my wife is how many countries?
Much more. I have visited 15% of this world, so not enough yet.
15%.
Only 15%.
Yeah, our plan is if you get more subscribers, we need to plan to we need to visit more countries.
He needs to see the world.
We need to see. So
as many countries as we can with the Ethiopian passport.
We're going to have Ethiopian passport, have British passport. So for us it's easy. For me it's just like around 30 countries I'm allowed. 30 something around 40 countries allowed. Yeah.
I think we're going Asia next anyway.
Yeah, we go.
There's some countries in Asia he's allowed to get into visa free. So that's going to be our next journey. I want to say I've never visited Asia, but I've been to Dubai, and Dubai is in Asia. But I've never visited East Asia, and I would love to see it.
Yeah. So like, if you we visit every country in the world, or we can if we visit like around 200 countries, so only black husband and wife, we could
To visit the world.
yeah, to visit the world. So
Right.
guys, we see you.
Thank you so much. Stay safe in these hard times that we're in at the moment. So stay safe, and thank you for watching our video. Have a beautiful evening. Ciao.